Welcome to another episode of Bold Faith, where we boldly discuss our faith. ഇന്ന് എൻ്റെ കൂടെയുള്ളത് എൻ്റെ മക്കളാണ്. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ജോക്കിം ആൻഡ് ദിസ് ഇസ് ജെറോം. നമ്മൾ മുതിർന്ന ആളുകൾ എപ്പോഴും സഭയെക്കുറിച്ച് സംസാരിക്കും, നമ്മൾ പള്ളി അറ്റൻഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നു, അതെല്ലാം ശരിയാണ്. പക്ഷേ വാട്ട് വി റിയലി വാണ്ട് ടു നോ ഈസ് വാട്ട് അവർ ചിൽഡ്രൻ തിങ്ക് അബൌട്ട് Syro-Malabar Church. Are they really enjoying or are they being forced to attend Syro-Malabar Kurbana and get involved in the activities? Joachim and Jerome, first of all, just share with me, what do you feel when you go to our Syro-Malabar Church?
When I go to Syro-Malabar Church, I know that's a place where I've developed very good friendships.
Okay.
And I know that my values have really deepened and I've strengthened them a lot through that church.
Syro-Malabar is a big community, and I've developed lots of friendships in that community, and I see that there's a common base, which is God, and I'm getting close to God through this community.
Okay, so you both really see some benefits of being part of the Syro-Malabar Church.
Yeah.
നമ്മളെല്ലാവരും ആദ്യം Syro-Malabar Church വരുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ് we all used to go to Latin church. I don't know how much you both remember those days, but there was a period of transition, trying to get used to the new style of Kurbana. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ആ ഒരു transition phase എങ്ങനെയായിരുന്നു? And when you look back now, do you think that was beneficial?
Yeah, when we first made the change to Syro-Malabar, in my mind, thought that it's just long. That was my initial thinking. I was very young, but my initial thought was it's very long. I don't like it.
Okay.
But now it's nearly been over 10 years, and through altar serving, catechism, joining SMYM, having this community, I realized the beauty of our Syro-Malabar liturgy, and ultimately that's made me realize I want to understand what Syro-Malabar is all about. Even though I might not fully get it right now, I know that I want to, and I have that love towards it.
Yeah, for me as well, it felt longer. It was a different style, and lots of singing. And I wasn't sure whether it was the right place for me. But now, when I look back of how I've developed my faith, I can definitely say it was a worthwhile transition. Yeah.
You're 16 years old, going to do your GCSE this year.
Yeah.
You must have friends in your group where they go to Latin church, even though they belong to Syro-Malabar Church. So when you interact with them, do you have the tendency, or do you feel like you should also go to Latin church instead of coming to Syro-Malabar Church?
Yeah, I do have friends that have fallen into that category, but I've never felt to leave our church. It's mainly being part of SMYM, the catechism, the events like Bible Colosseum and the youth retreats that have kept me wanting to stick with our church. This community has brought me up and have given me a great feeling and closeness to God, so I'll never leave this church.
Joachim, നീ A-level അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് ഇപ്പം യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയിലേക്ക് പോകുമല്ലോ. There's one thing that most of the parents think when their children go to university, are they really going to find a Syro-Malabar Church nearby and go there? Actually, നിന്റെ പ്ലാൻ എന്താ? യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയിൽ ചെന്ന് കഴിയുമ്പം നീ അവിടെയുള്ള Syro-Malabar Church പോവോ അതോ കൺവീനിയന്റ് ആയിട്ട് അടുത്തുള്ള ഏതെങ്കിലും ലാറ്റിൻ ചർച്ച് ആയിരിക്കും നീ ഫൈൻഡ് ചെയ്യണത്?
Yes, of course I'm going to try find Syro-Malabar Church because I've got a strong base and foundation from that church. Like, this is the church that I've grown up in. This is the church that I love. And I've got such a good community and built so many things through this church. So, of course, I'm going to try my best to find a Syro-Malabar Pali and go there. And even try, be active in the SMYM. So, short answer is yes.
Jerome, ഇപ്പം ജോക്കിം പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ, he is actively involved in SMYM and that kind of motivates him to be part of the church in a way. So at your age, what are the activities you have been involved so far? And when you see other age groups, maybe elder youth and others getting involved in other activities, what are things you'd like to get involved in future?
So when I was younger, I was part of Jeddah Mission League. And now I do altar serving, attend catechism regularly. I've attended many SMYM gatherings, and I participated in Bible Colosseum. In the future, I hope to become a Eucharistic minister, and I hope to take part in more roles that are suited to my age as I grow older.
Okay, so you mentioned Eucharistic minister.
Yeah.
Is it because you have seen some of the youths in our community doing Eucharistic ministry?
Yeah, it's actually in our church. We
Yeah.
have two
Yeah.
of the youth people.
Yeah,
people
Derek and Martin.
yeah, they are Eucharistic ministers, and that's inspired me to take on that. Hopefully, to take on that role.
Jerome, നീ ഇപ്പം ആൻസർ പറഞ്ഞപ്പം you mentioned Bible Kalotsavam, നമ്മുടെ annual Bible Kalotsavam where we all go and participate. I would really like to know what is your experience being part of the Bible Kalotsavam, and also in any way has it helped in your faith life?
Actually, Bible Colosseum has made me realize that my talents are gifts from God. It gives us the perfect opportunity to use these talents to glorify God. Obviously, there's that competitive element which brings the best out of the participants, but ultimately, it gives us the training and courage to glorify God in front of others.
Very good. Actually, ബൈബിൾ കലോത്സവത്തിന്റെ ആ ഒരു ഒബ്ജക്റ്റീവ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇന്റൻഷൻ തന്നെ നീ പറഞ്ഞ കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെയാണ്. I'm so glad to know that people like you are actually capturing the true meaning of Bible Kalotsavam. Joachim, you're part of the youth group, അല്ലേ?
Yes.
So I've heard people saying ഈ യൂത്ത് ഗ്രൂപ്പ് പള്ളിയിലൊക്കെ വന്നാലും they just kind of roam around, ഇങ്ങനെ കറങ്ങി നടക്കാനൊക്കെയാണ് അവർക്ക് ഇഷ്ടം. There's no spiritual motivation for them to be in the church. So നിങ്ങളുടെ ഗ്രൂപ്പ് എങ്ങനെയാ? അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ തന്നെയാണോ? അതോ do you really want to be involved in the church?
Well, at first, we would come to church and it was more fun and enjoyable because we had our friends.
Yeah.
So it was like that. But as we grew older, we knew there was more opportunities for us. We joined SMYM as a group.
Yeah.
So now we are very active in church and I do everything with my friends. So it's not because of my friends, but we just happen to do things together.
Oh, okay.
So I think mainly obviously community and socializing is a big aspect, especially for us youth. And that is such a big thing for us. And we do that, but we just do it within SMYM, within Parli, within different activities. So I think that is what makes it so beautiful.
So youth, നിങ്ങളുടെ ഫ്രണ്ട്സ് ഒക്കെ ഈവൻ സ്പിരിച്വൽ ആക്ടിവിറ്റീസിൽ ഇൻവോൾവ് ആവാനും അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് അറിയാനൊക്കെ ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റഡ് ആണോ ശരിക്കും?
Recently there was a retreat and there's still many more, and I know that many of my friends went and they had such amazing spiritual encounters, and that was through us coming to SMYM, through us being active to the church. So then that led them to these spiritual retreats, which I think was so beautiful and graceful.
Also ഞങ്ങൾ അഡൾട്ട്സിൽ നോട്ടീസ് ചെയ്ത കാര്യമാണ്, ഓൾട്ടർ സർവേഴ്സ് ആയിട്ട് പിള്ളേര് ഭയങ്കര നല്ല ഡിസിപ്ലിൻഡ് ആയിട്ട് വന്ന് എല്ലാം ചെയ്യണതൊക്കെ. അതിനൊക്കെ ലീഡർഷിപ്പ് എടുത്തത് യൂത്ത് അല്ലായിരുന്നോ? നിങ്ങളുടെ ഗ്രൂപ്പ് അല്ലായിരുന്നോ?
Yes, I mean we have lead head altar service, and we also have the Eucharistic ministers that are youth. They actually took lead, and we decided to look at our altar serving and improve and make it to the point in the book that we have to follow.
ഇപ്പൊ ജോക്കിം യൂത്ത് ഗ്രൂപ്പിൽ എങ്ങനെയാണ് അവരുടെ പള്ളിയിൽ അവർ ഇൻവോൾവ് ആവണം, അവരുടെ ഒരു പെർസെപ്ഷൻ പറഞ്ഞു. സോ ഇങ്ങനെ ഏജ് ഗ്രൂപ്പ്, നിന്റെയൊക്കെ ഒരു ഏജ് ഗ്രൂപ്പിൽ വാട്ട്സ് ദ ജനറൽ പെർസെപ്ഷൻ? ഡു ദേ ഫീൽ ലൈക്ക് ദേ ആർ കമ്മിങ് ടു ചർച്ച് ഔട്ട് ഓഫ് പേരൻറ്റ്സ് കമ്പൽഷൻ, ഓർ ഡു ദേ റിയലി വാണ്ട് ടു കം ടു ചർച്ച്?
Initially, I went because I had to go, but as I grew older, I started to understand the cultures, tradition, and liturgy much better. So now I go to church out of my own will because I love our church.
Okay, so നീ ഇപ്പൊ പറഞ്ഞ വേർഡ്സ് ഒക്കെ ലൈക്ക് they are big words like culture, tradition, liturgy. നിനക്ക് എങ്ങനെ ഈ വേർഡ്സ് ഒക്കെ എവിടെ നിന്നാണ് കിട്ടിയത്? ഇതിനെ കുറിച്ചൊക്കെ ഒരു അവയർനെസ് ഉണ്ടോ ശരിക്കും നിങ്ങളുടെ ഒരു ഏജ് ഗ്രൂപ്പിൽ?
Yeah, we actually learn about these things in retreats and in catechism.
Okay.
And we get told about it during these SMYM gatherings. And we learn about this because it makes our rite different from the others.
Joachim, we adults see your age group as the future of the church. So we would like to know, how do you see the future of Syro-Malabar Church in UK?
In my opinion, I think the church is growing stronger. Our Great Britain eparchy has such a strong and vibrant youth population. It has so much scope. When I was younger, there wasn't many activities for the youth, but they were still growing. But now, there's so many events like Handusa, which is an eparchial level youth gathering. And then there's Nura, where youth are formed for evangelization. And then face-to-face retreats, where youth is spiritually enriched. And then all of this, we have hundreds and thousands of youth gathering. Because of this, I see such a bright future for our Syro-Malabar Parky of Great Britain.
നീ ഇതിങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞു കേൾക്കുമ്പോൾ ശരിക്കും ഒത്തിരി സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്. കാരണം മോസ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് ദ അഡൾട്ട്സ് മെയിൻലി അവർ വിചാരിക്കുന്നത് സീറോ മലബാർ ചർച്ചിന്റെ ഒരു ഫ്യൂച്ചർ ഇറ്റ് ക്വൈറ്റ് ഡള്ളാണ്. കാരണം യൂത്ത് എല്ലാം അവർ വേറെ വല്ലയിടത്തേക്കായിരിക്കും പോകുന്നതെന്നാണ്. ഇറ്റ്സ് ക്വൈറ്റ് പ്രോമിസിങ്. അതുപോലെ നമ്മൾ ഇപ്പൊ ചെയ്യുന്ന ഓരോ കാര്യങ്ങൾക്കും ഒരു മീനിങ് ഉണ്ട്. കാരണം ഇൻ ഫ്യൂച്ചർ യു ആർ ഗോയിങ് ടു ടേക്ക് ദ ലീഡ്, അല്ലെ? ഡു യു റിയലി തിങ്ക് ദ കറന്റ് യൂത്ത് വിൽ ബി ഓൺ ദ ഫ്രണ്ട് ലൈൻ of the church in future?
Of course, we will be on the front line. Even now, we have youth that are catechism teachers. We have youth that are Eucharistic ministers, and it's so inspiring for us to see. We also have youth teams that conduct retreats for younger children and other youth. We even have an SMYM band that perform at various church events. So the present youth group are becoming active in our parky by playing more important roles. And also, we have vocations for both priesthood and sisterhood from our youth group. So no doubt about it, more and more youth are coming to the front line.
നല്ല സന്തോഷമുണ്ട് ശരിക്കും ഇത് കേൾക്കുമ്പോൾ. ലൈക്ക് മോർ ആൻഡ് മോർ യൂത്ത് കമ്മിങ് ടു ദ ഫ്രണ്ട് ലൈൻ ഇൻ ഫ്യൂച്ചർ. ദാറ്റ്സ് വാട്ട് വി വാണ്ട്. ഇതൊക്കെയാണെങ്കിലും വി സ്റ്റിൽ നോ ദാറ്റ് ദർ കുഡ് ബി പീപ്പിൾ അറൗണ്ട് യൂത്ത്, യുവർ ഫ്രണ്ട്സ്, ഹു മേ സ്റ്റിൽ ബി ഡൗട്ട്ഫുൾ ടു കം ടു ദ ചർച്ച്. So അങ്ങനെ ആൾക്കാരോട് what can you say, or how do you inspire them?
First, I would tell them about my own experience and how I currently enjoy the church. Then I would say how we can contribute and stay active by being part of church activities. Then I would tell them how we strengthen our faith by being part of the church.
I just want to say that if anyone is having any doubts at all, come and see, get involved. Don't just be viewers, but participate in the church. Because the more we participate is how we have a connection with the church. And the more active you are, the stronger the bond will be, I'm sure.
So those who are watching, have a conversation with your children. Know what they think about the church, what their thoughts and views are. Church is always there to help them. There are lots of activities they can get involved to know the church, to experience the faith. Pope Francis have said youth are the hope of the church on the move. Pope Leo has repeatedly emphasized the significance of youth in the church. Youth are not just the future, but the present, as their views, their thoughts, their faith matters today. So get involved, know the church. Let's build the church together. Thank you.